In a dark valley, where leaves whispered in every breeze, stood a house known to the locals as the House of Shadows. Believe me, no one who valued their own peace of mind would want to be in it. One day, the Stewart family decided to spend a weekend away from the hustle and bustle of the city and chose the House of Shadows as their temporary home. They were unaware of what lay in the dark nooks and crannies of this old structure. The first night after their arrival, as the lantern light flickered in the distance, the mother, father, and 2 children gathered in the living room. Suddenly, the air in the room became so heavy that their hearts slowed their rhythm. At that moment, slow, hoarse whispers began to rise from a dark corner of the room. "Choose the right path," sounded an ominous voice. The Stewart family turned around, but no one was in sight. They realized with horror that there was something unusual about this house. Locking the doors, they decided not to be frightened or believe their senses. They didn't know that the House of Shadows absorbed fears and created illusions that could crush the bravest man. With each passing hour, the fear grew. The walls began to bend and move, creating the illusion that the house was engulfed in dark shadows. The furniture became alive, making eerie creaking noises as if trying to swallow all that fear. The Stewart family tried to leave the House of Shadows, but the doors and windows were enchanted, not opening, as if the possessions themselves were unwilling to let go of their victims. Footsteps began to sound inside the house, inhuman shadows wandered along the walls, and an ancient clock sounded ominously, counting down the unhappy moments. The family tried to scream, but the sound of their voices were lost in the echoes. Their words frozen in the air, unable to reach anyone's ears. The night turned into a nightmare, and each member of the family felt the house absorbing their essence, turning them into shadows of their own fears. Imprisoned in this hell, they began to forget their own past, becoming part of the house whose aura was imbued with darkness and terror. As dawn broke, the shadows began to dissolve, and the House of Shadows was once again a plain old structure standing in a dark valley. But the Stewart family was no more. Their essences had been consumed by the house, and the locals avoided this sinister place, knowing that even the bravest souls could not resist its dark forces.